Hello, guys, and welcome back to episode 5 of Sibling Rivalry. I will say, I have not gotten the episode 3 edited yet, and so this is still when episode 1 and 2 are up. I got some time to play and felt like playing instead of editing. Something you might see on Luke's video is one, I know it was on my last video, and I should probably turn that back on here, is I found his base. So I can start working on plans for that. I'll be honest, I'm going to probably work on that later on because I want to give him a slight chance, as his base was kind of not that far along. He was having issues getting a mining ship going, so I don't know if he's going to have it on his recording or not, but I helped him finish up his mining ship there. We kind of worked on it together because he didn't understand what he was doing. I hope now that he understands what's kind of going on with that. And last episode we went through and updated the base here. I'm hoping to have made it a time lapse, so I can't quite be sure of that, but I'm hoping if I can do a time lapse on that one, then there will be a time lapse for this one as well. Because my plan is to build a welding ship and then kind of weld this stuff up, all the steel plates here and some of the interior blocks there. Kind of giving a little bit of a tour. I've got the server room going on here with the Izzy's scripts. I've got the batteries in here, which are actually about decently charged there. As long as I'm not running the assemblers, then they are charging. I've got 4 fully upgraded speed assemblers. I've got 3 refineries set on 3 yield modules and 1 speed. I've got my 3 large cargo containers and the 1 small one, which will actually be, so this will be the living quarters here. I plan to have like a kitchen over here and like a, or maybe it's the couch and TV over here and a kitchen over here. One way or the other, it's going to be like that. And then this is the bedroom. Now, I know there's a med bay here, so it's a little weird, but I figured because I'll be spawning here, and that's technically where I'm sleeping there, then this is the bedroom, but I did want to have a bed, and this looks really nice there, so figured I'd at least do that. And then this is technically all the tools and whatnot, so when I spawn in, I can grab hydrogen bottles if I need to, and then get on my merry way. But yeah, so my plans for this episode are build a welding ship, get it, charged and whatnot, hook it up with some steel plates, try to weld up the hangar bay and the rest of the building, and then work on building some more wind turbines, at least, so that way I can get more power going. One more thing I want to note, when I was helping out Luke, every time I would grind one of his blocks down, my reputation with him would go down, obviously, but space pirates would go up. So let's see how I stand with space pirates right now. So I'm minus 888. I was like minus 1,200 something. If I wanted to, I could go over to his base and then place and break steel plates, because the moment I place them on his grid, they're considered his. Once I can do that and get myself down enough, then these bases here will not consider me an enemy and will not shoot on sight. Then I might be able to go in and steal some uranium from them. So that's a thought I had. I don't know if it'll work, but it's something I would like to try at some point. But right now I need to get this base up and running first. So I'm going to basically kind of do a time lapse. So, or at least I'm going to hope to do a time lapse. And guys, just if anybody is watching this, just let me know what y'all think of the time lapses, if I should do anything different. But without further ado, let's get to it. Alrighty guys, I figured I'd stop the montage for a second just to debut the welder here. I'm gonna probably add some lights. I was debating on whether to armor this thing or not, but I'm really thinking that I'm gonna keep this thing like on a connector that's like over here or something that's like deeper in the base. Just got it set up right now over here. I've got this connector set up to ignore the Izzy's inventory as far as anything docked to it, and that's just so that I can actually put like steel plates and stuff into there and it's not gonna steal it. Yeah, this thing is nice. It's kind of based on a little bit of an idea we had back on our other level, when we were, or other server that we were doing. We had a grinding ship. So this is almost the same exact thing, except the thruster placements are different, battery placements are different and whatnot. Mainly because the we had large thrusters pretty much right there, so we had things very different. So I'm kind of liking this, except I wanted to make sure it would fit inside the 3-block gap there, just because I want it to be compact. And if I armor this thing, it's going to be pretty much exactly that 3-block gap. And I just don't want to push that, you know, that, and it adds a bunch of weight and all that other stuff. So I've added some thrusters. I may add some more later if I see it's struggling a bit, but for now it's working pretty well as far as flight. I'm letting the batteries charge up before I bring it in here to weld all this stuff. So I guess I probably could add some lights if I really wanted to. Got it all kinds of hooked up in here. So I think we're gonna be okay. I think this is gonna work rather well. So I am considering moving those horizontally, but I like the look of them, or vertically. I like the look of them horizontally there, but I can't see it from the cockpit, so we'll have to see kind of what happens there. But yeah, plenty of reverse thrust, plenty of upward thrust, just so that way I can fly up and down and tilt my nose down there. I've only got a little bit of forward thrust. I didn't think I'd need a whole lot. If that changes, I will of course add some more. And then a bit of sideways thrust there, just because I'm not planning on doing a whole bunch. Like, I don't want to move very fast forward or sideways. I want to move like backwards and up pretty well. So how's the batteries doing? We're about half charge. I think I'd be okay to give this a shot. Yeah, we got some decent time. What happens if I do this? There's nothing to weld, so it's gonna just give me a little beep noise there. Let's see if I can squeeze into here, because I didn't think this through. Oh, yeah, I'm pretty flat. Oh, except I went downward and smacked that. Alright, let's get this base welded up. I'll weld up the inside of the server room and the internal area over there by hand, because I don't want to have to drill or grind that all out again. Why are those not welding? Oh, those take construction components too? Oh, I didn't know that. base all welded up. It looks all nice and pretty. Of course, it's also a little bland because it's not painted, but I'll try to come up with some sort of nice coloring system later. Paints and whatnot. I need to put lights in here, but it's all welded up. Now I've just got to weld up in here, and then in the living quarters, and then I can actually start putting blocks and stuff in here. I think for now I'm going to go ahead and set up the lights that are supposed to go in here. I'm liking it now. Got some better lighting going on in here. I can, when I actually get a reactor, I could throw a reactor right there, and everything would be nice and well lit. I'm actually really liking this. The hangar isn't like the perfectly lit, I'll admit, but I'm not gonna change it now. But this room is very nice. I have to work on welding some more of this stuff here. So I think this video is basically just going to be a long montage because I kind of want to get this stuff done. I'm already recording for like an hour and a half now, and I don't know how well this montage is going to turn out, so I'm going to try to finish welding up some stuff off camera, or not off camera, but during montage, and just kind of do that. I'll work on this room first, but yeah. Back to montage again. Alrighty guys, let's give the big reveal of the finished base. So obviously that'll get worked on, that's not what I'm talking about there. But this hangar bay is now completely welded up. Got the welding ship nicely docked. I might move it later, but for now it's in a good spot. Protection of things. But then I'm gonna turn my light off because while in here, yeah, the lighting isn't great, and I, can't help that. I mean, this here is this. Oh, let me fix these lights then. That would explain why nothing's visible. Because these lights are all dim. I wonder if I did that in like episode 3 or something when I put all these lights down and just never like got around to fixing it, and like people have probably been like, hey, you forgot this. So okay, well now it's lit up, I can see. That's okay, that's good. Anyways, let's reveal what's behind the door. A nicely lit, now I just noticed this is not, but whatever. A very nicely lit machine room, where we process all the ores, we assemble the things, and we store it. I'm actually really liking these being sunk in a little bit, and I did put some effort into making sure that nothing was visible below there, but if I need to, I can sneak through here and get behind, or maybe I can't, but yeah. So you can't see that there's not a couple blocks back there. That was just for me to save some steel plate there, because this took a lot of steel plate. It turns out this took like, I want to say it was 30,000 steel plates, so, and that's not even like the end of it, but yeah. I'm gonna label these in a little bit, but over here is our server room. I felt it would be nice to have a nice blue glow, and unfortunately I think this light here, one of those, is seeping in. So that's okay, just because it makes it look like it sees screens, and I'm actually not, upset about that. But then the blue lights here just try to make it look more like a server room. And yeah, I know it's not completely finished and flushed out. That's because this will expand later. I might even put some stuff down this end. It's supposed to be cramped, so keep that in mind. But that's just a server room. It's going to stay pretty much behind those doors there. And I'm not going to do that. So that's what we want, is them locked to other players. But if I come through here, this is the living quarters. So we've got our TV with a couch. We didn't have a lot of pictures on this, and I just kind of put one randomly on there. I might change it out later, but I figured the black looks kind of nice, and I obviously I'm a fan of the color red, so we've got red couch and some red chairs red plastic chairs at our table here. And then we got our kitchen over here. These two items are from 2 different mods, or I think this is from a mod for sure. I don't know about this, but I liked the fact of putting the wood texture on here. I thought it looked cool that way. But that being said, I couldn't get it onto here, so I tried to make it look as best as possible, and you can't really tell when they're next to each other. But this refrigerator does 2 things. It's aesthetic, but it's also lets you heal and recharge from it, because it has a medical component in it. Now, that noise, that's why I'm not going to use it for this purpose, is it makes a sound like you're eating the ice that comes out of this, and I'm not a fan. That's kind of like a ASMR that I don't want. So But then this is the bedroom here. I've got it nice and lit up. I turned the intensity of that light down a little bit, but I've got the nice red bed there. I've got our medical room here and our chiropod. So, we have access to our cargo system should we need it. We've got the chiropod, which can store us and whatnot. We have the med room, med bay, which we actually spawned right here. So the fact that this is covered up is not a problem. But yeah, a nice little lively base. I'm gonna consider painting this all up later. I just have no idea what to paint it for now. And if I paint the floor on this block, it has to be visible on the outside, so I have to keep that in mind as well. But yeah, so I'm rather happy with the base right here. And that being said, off camera, I'm gonna have to go mining for a whole bunch of magnesium and a whole bunch of iron again. And I'm probably gonna need to expand those because while those batteries were charging on the base there, they've also been having to refill all of that. Anytime that the refineries are running, all three of them, I have a feeling that these start running out. But also, anytime these are running is typically around the same time that these are running, and it causes them to drain the power because unfortunately the speed modules just take that power. So we would need more. That's why I'm hoping eventually I can stick a reactor here. And yes, I know if I was to be attacked, you know, this is like the room over, so the reactor is visible. But I have plans to protect myself, which kind of are going to consist of a whole lot more of those 900mm cannons. Like that one there. Oh! Oh no! I tried to repaint the base at one point because I was getting clashing colors, and I repainted this by accident. Oh man. I'm gonna have to fix that. So I gotta set it on rusty, I remember that much. And then let's do this so I can see the rust. And then I want a gray color to start with. I'm actually going to want it closer to brown. Is that too pink? Yeah, it's a little too pinkish there. I'll have to tweak that during the day a bit, I guess, because trying to get that level of gray is a bit difficult here. There we go. I got a color that seems to be pretty darn close to it. And then just for austerity's sake, we'll grab that back. But yeah, so that's looking pretty decent again. But yeah, so future plans are taking these guns and mounting them a little bit. Maybe some 300s or some Vulcans, some normal Gatling turrets, just a wide variety of different guns. And if I can get some solar panels or, you know, wind turbines or reactors and kind of make a quick, dirty little base, I could kind of stick some like cargo containers and guns just around the mountain edges here, as like point defenses. A plan with that is I'm gonna set up a GPS location like up there, then above over that direction, just so it'll go a path that is around the mountain there, and heads towards his base, because I want a flight path for drones. But I can kind of work on that later, because they can technically fly, but if I go straight from here, they're going to fly up and over that mountain, and it's just gonna take them forever instead of going around it. So it should be good. I'm gonna be experimenting with some scripting there. I found a script that's supposed to do formations and whatnot, but when I looked at it on Steam, it apparently was bugged or something to where it won't it doesn't work at the moment, from what they were saying, with having issues communicating back and forth. But if I can take a look at it and try to understand what's going on with it, I might be able to get them to work as a group. I might be able to get like it to send the orientation of the middle one, as well as like coordinates, and then just have them set up so that they're in like cardinal directions, so north, south, east, west, as well as northeast, southeast, northwest, southwest of a middle one, whether that's another drone or like a command ship that I'm piloting, and have them be so many blocks away. Then I can set that up, and it should be relatively decent. But yeah, that's gonna be a lot of me messing around with programming for a little bit off camera when that time comes. Probably in some sort of test world or something. But for now, I think my plan is off camera. I'm gonna try to expand this a little bit, but also see if I can head over to Luke's base and try to place and break a couple blocks, get my reputation with these guys down a little bit, so that the next cargo ship that flies over, I can grab it and use it either for parts or for uranium or as itself. I'm still determining that, but if I go to keep it, I'll have to make a hangar bay for it, so I'm not looking forward to that. So I'm kind of thinking I'm gonna leave it as like parts and uranium. So I would convert this thing over to a grinder, which really is just removing the welders and sticking a grinder on there. So that's kind of why I like those. That's why I like this ship, is I'm gonna swap it over to be a grinder later, and turn this connector back onto accepting the sorting script so it can pull stuff out. But that's for future. I'll work on painting off camera and whatnot, try to spice things up a bit. And yeah, I think next episode I want to do two things. I want to, one, if I've got the reputation down, I want to go on camera with y'all and steal a ship. If I'm not at that point yet, I'm thinking it's time to expand this a little bit and strap on like a swinging door of some kind, maybe one that swings out. I don't know. As well as uh, maybe expanding that direction a little bit in the hangar just so that I've got more room to store these ships where they're not right out front. But if I can get a door there, then I wouldn't be too worried. The fact that it's sloped will make it interesting but not difficult because rotors are going to be fun. But yeah. With all that being said, and of course plans may change, I will see y'all in the next video. Sorry this was a montage kind of video and not like the others, but figured that normal speed welding and all of that stuff wouldn't be very fun there. So thanks everybody so much for watching, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye! Actually, hold on. Bye!